All right, everyone, welcome back into another props video. It is Taco Tuesday. Going to be touching on the top prop bets for Taco Tuesday, mostly covering NBA. Let's go on and get into it. But first, just a quick recap from yesterday. So hopefully, as you guys know, yesterday was a good day. The bet of the day in NBA ended up going 5 for 6 on PrizePicks, and then ended up going 2 for 2 on Underdog. Kind of kept it simple on Underdog. Very nice hit there. Pretty solid Monday Night Football as well. But I want to share this slip with you guys because if you guys followed along on yesterday's video, these were the top fantasy score prop bets that we had, and this is just a bad beat, and that's why I want to show it with you guys. So yes, good day across the board. 21 for 24 in total, 6 for 6 in terms of the bets I listed out to you guys yesterday. But this one, extremely tilting. Obviously, with Anyika Gonku being ruled out, that does increase the likelihood for Clint Capella to get some more run and a little bit more production. And he barely gets us over. I mean, that one was tilting there. But overall, very good day. Well overdue. I'm a little bit excited about yesterday, guys. Well overdue to have a pretty massive day. If you guys have been following the picks, a lot of 3 for 5, a lot of 4 for 5, a lot of 5 for 6, and a lot of tilting stuff like this happening. But overall, very good day. Excited for that. And so let's just start off with looking at the board for today. We're getting some EV bets here, but it is a more tight board, especially as it sits right now. That's typically going to be the case with Tuesdays, where we just have less sports going on. And today in the NBA, there's only 4 games going on as well. But right now we have Dante DiVincenzo for unders, rebounds, and assists. That's the best EV bet that we have currently going. We're going to see that he's projected to get 6.3 though. So maybe not one we can, really love. And then after that, some only okay bets. But let's go ahead and jump into, I have 3 bets that I think I'll be targeting today, especially as it sits right now. So I want to talk about Dennis Schroeder, where you look at his lines today, and to me, they all seem to be a little bit too low, specifically probably in his points and assists. And that's going to be because Ben Simmons is going to be out tonight. And so I think when we're looking at the lines that we're getting for Dennis Schroeder, they're all a little bit too low. Heck, I could argue that maybe we'd want to go in on his assists as well. But I mean, maybe not. Maybe not with the demon here, but because it's only a goblin that's available or a demon, I think we might as well just run out his points and assists. That's another one where I don't hate it. And if you guys are wondering why, well, one, he's already been getting the minutes. That's a good thing here. The minutes have already been there. So when we're looking at the per 36 production with Ben Simmons out, at least we can kind of predict Dennis Schroeder to get those minutes. And so when he has gotten those minutes this season, again, very small sample size. They're only 3 games into the season, but he's averaging 23 points, 3.7 rebounds, 9.6 assists, 25% usage rate. And then for fantasy score as well, maybe that's a bet that we can run out. 42 for fantasy scores. So like that there for him. He's someone I'm playing in DFS if you guys are playing DFS. And if you guys are wondering about my DFS coverage, just real quick, I have created a separate 9 to 5 NFL, NBA, PGA, just DFS channel. So check that out, guys. Hopefully you guys are already subscribed to it. Have about 1,000 subscribers. And so another player that should benefit a little bit with Ben Simmons being off the court, it's not like a huge thing, guys, but it kind of is going to be Cam Thomas. So Cam Thomas has been having a pretty darn good season thus far. Very high usage rate already. And again, this is a small sample size, like 30 minutes, but he has a 43% usage rate with Ben Simmons off the court, averaging 60 fantasy points per 36, averaging 7 3-pointers made per 36. And again, only 3 games. So we shouldn't be going too crazy with it. But I really don't mind his over 2.5 3 balls made. If you're looking at some other bets for him that you could potentially run out, maybe points, rebounds, and assists, don't hate that. He averages 48 points per 36. And again, guys, that's a small sample size. We shouldn't be going crazy with that. But I really don't mind the idea of getting some exposure to him. Another bet that I don't hate would just be this combo 3 balls made with Jamal Murray as well. Jamal Murray probably going to shoot around 4 to 5 3 balls. We really just need him to make 2 for that one to really give us an edge. But overall, I think that's a good spot that we have. Another situation I want to talk about is looking at the Golden State Warriors. And so when we look at the Golden State Warriors, we need to call out Curry is going to be out. Okay, that's a big thing. Andrew Wiggins could potentially sit as well. If he sits, that really helps out Jonathan Kuminga and Jackson Davis. Buddy Hield will be interesting to see kind of the work that he gets in this game. But we also have D'Anthony Melton out as well. That should lead to some more run for Kyle Anderson. And if that does lead to more run for Kyle Anderson, that might hurt the player that I'm going to be on the most tonight. I mean, those are the lines that we're getting right now as well. And that's going to be with Pods. So Pods is someone that you look at his per 36 production with Curry off the court. And we kind of have to go back to last year's data because the sample size is extremely small here. Because there's just not that many minutes with Curry and Melton off the court in general. But looking at last year, he averaged 18 points per 36, 10 rebounds, 6.4 assists, 22% usage rate, and 43 fantasy points per 36. Now, the question that we have is, how many minutes can we expect him to get? Again, we don't really know the answer to that, but I do expect him to get some increase in run. He should be starting, and I would expect him to at least get 30 minutes. And so if he at least gets 30 minutes, really all of these to me seem to be a little bit too low. I think I really like his points and rebounds, honestly. We could argue that his rebounds and assists are all too low. They all seem to be a little bit too low. That's the biggest takeaway. Maybe points, rebounds, and assists probably should be at 20. I'd be happy to bet that as well. And so we're only getting these lines right now in Underdog. We'll see. Yeah, we're still not getting them on PrizePicks, so this is going to be more of an Underdog bet. But more than happy to get some exposure to him. Now, another play that I really don't mind, especially in terms of fantasy score, is looking at Christian Braun to continue to play well. The worry that I have is that Denver is coming in off of an overtime game. I'm actually worried that maybe someone randomly sits, maybe someone like Russell Westbrook, maybe just we see the minutes be a little bit more spread out in terms of who's getting them. Maybe Julian Strawther gets a little bit more run tonight instead of Christian Braun, or just something weird like that. Again, we just don't know what to expect this early on in the season with something like that. And so for me, I'm just going to put everything at even keel. And then Christian Braun just looks like a great play, playing a bunch of minutes. He's someone that's, if we chase those minutes, he should be able to get this. Now, for him, it's not going to be the best matchup. But again, guys, just getting heavy minutes. And yes, the overtime 40 minutes is honestly the concern to me here. If this wasn't a back-to-back, I'd be more gung-ho about this one. Not exactly shooting the basketball all too much as well. It's a little bit of a concern there, but he's getting a lot of blocks and steals, and that's really, really elevating his fantasy score production. That's really why I'm chasing that. At the same time, can you really, really trust that all the time? Probably not. So not one that I'm crazy with, but also one that I'm happy to get to with how the board is currently sitting. And we are getting some more fantasy score prop bets here right now. None of these particularly stand out to me, but throughout the day, maybe the 9-to-5 cheat sheet is liking some of these. Wouldn't be surprising to see Dante. This is only one. Like, it wouldn't be surprising to see Dante DiVincenzo get his over fantasy score, but I don't think we need to go crazy with that one. And so looking at the PrizePicks board, again, very limited board as it sits right now. I have a little bit of a prop line difference here with college football, but nothing crazy there. Fantasy score for Judge and Atone, not really. Ones that I need to go out of my way to target as well. So with that, guys, let's go ahead and get into the PrizePicks by the day. Again, mostly just PrizePicks today, simply because it's Taco Tuesday. But real quickly, we got, like, for Underdog, we got Keegan Murray for under points, rebounds, and assists. Sure, let's use that with my Pods bet. All right, guys, so looking at the bet of the day, only 4 bets right now on PrizePicks. Didn't want to force it for you guys to make it a 5-slip bet, just for the sake of making a 5-slip bet. Obviously, on Taco Tuesday, I always try to give you guys 5 bets because I know a lot of people are getting the typical $25 per taco still available. And the strategy there, as always, is just bet them 5 times individually with each taco that's available. If you guys have been limited, I like this as a 5-slip bet. Again, we're going to get more bets throughout the day. We're going to get more fantasy score prop bets throughout the day. We'll have better edges, hopefully, throughout the day as well. Again, limited board today. And just for what it's worth, guys, coming in off of that massive day yesterday, in total 21 for 24, like, that's with football included. Don't be surprised if it's not as good of a day today. Just, I always like to have that caveat. 2 days ago, the NBA bets, I ended up going 4 for 10. That's just kind of the balancing act of betting. I know most of you guys know that. I know 80% of you guys know that. Heck, 90% of you guys know that. But I do like to always just kind of proceed with caution. Just because we had a good day yesterday does not mean that you should be expanding your bankroll at all. Keep your bankroll the same as you typically would on a Taco Tuesday. Now, that's going to be all for this video, guys. Do want to call if you guys want access to the 9-to-5 Sports props cheat sheets. Head on over to 9to5sports.com. Get access to them for just $10 a month. When you use the promo code Keep Cashing, get your first month for $8. If you guys have been using the cheat sheet, especially yesterday, you probably paid for your membership for the next 4 months because it's that cheap. All right, guys, that's going to be all for today's video. Make sure to give a like and subscribe. Comment your guys' favorite prop bet. If there's one you disagree with, by all means, let me know. That's going to be all for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Good luck. And as always, let's keep cashing.